Do you want me to just say I told you so, or you...
With Caitlin Clark being compared to Angel Reese throughout the season, and even veteran players betraying her, the EuroLeague is reportedly willing to spend a fortune to sign her. They plan to make Caitlin a huge offer that could entice her to play abroad and leave the WNBA with 0 stars to escape the toxic league and finally get a break. Now might be the ideal time to make the move and prove to the league who's the true MVP.
Actually, if you think about it, like, could Angel be, this is a question, right? Get us at us in the comments. Could Angel be for Reebok what Jordan was for?
Some players are still unhappy, even after she raised their salaries across the league. During a live webcast, Reese posted that she was the best player.
I love when I do that.
Pays the bills.
Hand pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
These athletes have been accustomed to the Caitlin Clark effect, which allows them to travel to Europe and make 10 times as much money as they would in the WNBA, while also receiving preferential treatment from the league.
You had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't
There's a lot of conjecture in the basketball world as the EuroLeague gets ready to offer her a record-breaking transfer deal. Caitlin Clark, a rising star who has dominated the WNBA court, may soon rank among the highest-paid players in the league, both domestically and internationally. This possible move demonstrates not only her indisputable talent, but also the stark difference between her treatment in the WNBA and the recognition she is getting outside of it. Why does this possible transfer matter so much for Clark's career? It might be the turning point she moves to a league that recognizes her value, despite carrying the WNBA on her back, attracting viewers and breaking attendance records. Caitlin hasn't always been treated with the difference she merits.
Swoops, all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man, because it's blatantly obvious why you're hating on the young lady.
Among her WNBA contemporaries, Caitlin Clark's possible enormous pay abroad has sparked feelings of jealousy and dissatisfaction. The idea that Clark could earn 10 times more in the EuroLeague has caused a growing sense of unease and a growing perception that Caitlin may be leaving the WNBA, leaving her fellow players to continue fighting for smaller paychecks while she enjoys financial security overseas. Many players are frustrated that Clark, who is still young in her career, could be on the verge of landing a contract that dwarfs their own. In a league where players fight tooth and nail for contracts that often pale in comparison to what male athletes make. This has caused friction in the league because some players believe that Clark's exit would hurt the WNBA, while others may tacitly support her choice to look for better opportunities. Because after all, why should Caitlin Clark, who has already established herself as a top talent, accept less when she could make so much more money overseas?
An intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
After her first season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark had made it clear that she wanted to take a break from basketball, citing the need for rest and recuperation. However, after a demanding season, Clark said she had no plans to play abroad during a break, giving fans and teammates the impression that she would be taking a break from the game entirely. However, in recent events, it appears that Caitlin may have changed her mind. Rumors have started to circulate that she is now considering playing in Europe, with the EuroLeague emerging as a strong contender for her next career move. What caused this change of heart? Some speculate that the treatment she has received in the WNBA, both on and off the court, may have contributed to her decision to think twice.
What's your perspective on this narrative that players of the WNBA are hating on Caitlin Clark?
It's a false narrative, Chanae, and I don't think there's any jealousy or pettiness that is fueling dirty play. Now, is the attention she's getting on the defensive end unprecedented for a rookie?
After a season full of both triumph and adversity, Clark's decision to leave the WNBA to play in Europe would represent a major turning point in her career and suggest that she might be seeking a new beginning. Caitlin may view this as a chance to start over, pursue new prospects, and display her skills on a worldwide platform. But this choice isn't just about basketball. It's also about finding a place where she feels appreciated and respected, something she hasn't always had during her WNBA career.
This draft class, 2024, led by Caitlin Clark. It's going to be one. It's going to be one. They're going to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
And these salaries, these women salaries.
Despite her amazing contributions to the league, Caitlin Clark hasn't always received the respect she merits. Despite being the WNBA's biggest attraction, drawing record attendance and packing stadiums, she has frequently found herself at the center of arguments with both her opponents and teammates. One instance in particular sticks out. Caitlin was hit in the face by an opponent during a game, which left her with a black eye.
Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye.
You did?
I did not poke you.
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in the eye.
Caitlin's own teammate, Melissa Smith, made things worse by laughing off the incident rather than supporting Clark. She even went so far as to joke about it with a player who had hurt Clark, which further complicated the dynamics within the team. This betrayal must have felt like a slap in the face for Caitlin, highlighting the toxic environment she was operating in. Instead of telling DJ she was out of order for laughing about it, however, she demonstrated where her priorities lie. These challenges, the emotional toll of dealing with such disrespect from both her teammates and the league must have weighed heavily on Caitlin Clark, perhaps which is why she is becoming more and more interested in leaving the WNBA for a fresh start in Europe. Despite this, Caitlin Clark continued to rise to the occasion. Her performance on the court remained stellar, and she didn't let the negativity around her affect her game. Caitlin Clark had a huge impact on the WNBA during her first season. She consistently attracted the most spectators and packed arenas wherever she played, including for the Indiana Fever. Clark has a distinctive presence that draws people in, whether it is through her incredible shooting or her unwavering determination. Fans flock to see her play, and her jersey sales have skyrocketed, making her one of the most recognizable faces in women's sports. Her team broke attendance records, reaching the highest attendance ever recorded in the WNBA's history. Despite being a marketing dream come true, Caitlin Clark is still not protected from players with ulterior motives.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
However, in spite of everything Caitlin has done for the league, the WNBA has not always given her the respect and support she deserves. Rather than standing by her side and appreciating her contributions, the league has frequently allowed jealousy and negativity to cloud its appreciation for its star player. This lack of support has only fueled rumors that Clark may relocate to Europe, where she might receive the respect and recognition she hasn't received during her time in the WNBA. Unquestionably, Caitlin Clark has been the WNBA's shining star this season. But rather than getting the credit she merits, she has encountered an incredible lack of acknowledgement from the league and its players. This fact is made even more clear when you take into account how unwelcoming her teammates and rival players have been to her as a rookie. Caitlin joined the WNBA with a lot of promise, but instead of getting the recognition her talent deserved, she encountered resistance at every turn. Her outstanding performances, which ought to have earned her a unanimous Rookie of the Year award, were unfairly criticized, and she was unable to win unanimously. Many people think this was due to personal prejudices rather than an objective evaluation of her basketball skills.
Clark was only one vote away from winning it unanimously, the Rookie of the Year award. Congrats on winning the Rookie of the Year award, but how is it not unanimous? I get that people don't like her, whatever the case may be, but honestly, she led rookies in every category pretty much. She took her team to the playoffs for the first time in like 10 years. She was the first ever rookie to get a triple-double.
The hostility Caitlin has encountered from teammates and even her own group appears to be motivated by jealousy of her accomplishments. Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She is arguably the biggest name in women's basketball today. Her unmatched skill, determination, and ability to draw large crowds have revolutionized the league. But despite all of this, she has had to bear the weight of the WNBA while dealing with disrespect from those around her. Some people may feel threatened by the amount of attention she has received, but that attention is well earned.
You're not entirely accurate with what you just said. What we said was there was noise out there. When we pointed that out, we said why. What was the necessity for it? Because a rising tide lifts.
It is evident that the WNBA has not done enough to defend its rising star. Rather than creating a network of support for Caitlyn, the league has permitted jealousy and hostility to fester. This failure has harmed not only Caitlyn, but also the WNBA's reputation, particularly among fans, who are starting to wonder why the league hasn't done more to honor its MVP. If the transfer goes through, Caitlyn could be playing in Europe for a salary that is significantly higher than what she is currently earning in the WNBA. In fact, there are rumors that her EuroLeague contract could be worth up to 10 times what her WNBA counterparts are making. For many WNBA players who are stuck with smaller contracts and less recognition, this potential deal only serves to increase their already existing feelings of jealousy and frustration toward Caitlyn. The EuroLeague's interest in Caitlyn is a clear indication that they value her far more than her home league does.
You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means! It's like. No, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000.
However, the truth is that Caitlyn Clark deserves this, since she has dedicated her life to advancing women's basketball. And if the WNBA refuses to give her the recognition and compensation she deserves, it would be wise for her to look for chances elsewhere. In addition to providing Caitlyn with the financial stability she deserves, the EuroLeague appears to be giving her the opportunity to develop as a player going forward, without the poisonous environment she was exposed to. In the WNBA,